Welcome to the channel. We're just a couple of empty nesters from Tennessee. Well, hey guys. I didn't know you all were hanging out in here. Let's go to sleep. Are you sleepy? A little bit. Hey guys, it is Saturday, May 20th. Drinking coffee here. You might be able to hear George playing music in the other room. I have a lot going on today as far as doing some things at home, just trying to knock out that to-do list. George and I were talking last night about how much I schedule on my day off, and then I'm disappointed when I don't get it all done. But I'm one of those, I try to be an overachiever. I'm never an overachiever. Yeah, so while I do that to-do list, I'm like, y'all are tired of just watching me clean the house, but I do have a subject I want to talk to you about today as I clean house, so we can kind of knock out like two birds with one stone. The subject is helping your aging parent and how, to stay sane while you're doing that. As you all know, my mom moved to be near us a couple of years ago. She actually lived with us for a little while until her house was built. It's just been a little bit different than I thought it would be. And I thought, there might be something that I can say that would help. Is this straight? There may be something that I can say that would help other people who are starting to go through the same things with their aging parents, and just to help you know what to expect and just to kind of help keep you grounded. I'm not sure that I stay sane through it all. I'm not sure I'm ever sane. Initially when I had Katie, it was a big adjustment, as many of you know, having a child. And so on the flip side of that, I just never really thought about what it was going to be like helping to take care of a parent as they got older. I don't even know if I thought about it. So I just thought, let's just chat about it as we go through the day. And I know everybody's situation is different. Parents are at different levels of needing care. Sometimes the caregivers work full time and sometimes they don't. George and I do work full time and out of town at that. So, we're gone 10 to 11 to 12 hours a day sometimes. Yeah, so I just thought maybe this subject would be helpful. And it is important to me that we develop a community on here. As always, I welcome your comments for other ways that maybe you have helped your parents, or any advice that you can leave for me or anybody else that might be watching. So let's get started on the day. Lots of stuff to do. Let me scoot over and I'll show you my to-do list right there. Not gonna get it all done, but I'm gonna try. Mom's battery died, so she drives the car to the mailbox, and sometimes she has us drive her places in her car, but the battery died, so we've got to go buy the battery, and then George is going to put the battery in for her today. And then we're going to go to Snow White Barbecue if we can get in and they're open. So we're going to make a fun day out of that. But that's not going to happen till later this afternoon. So thank goodness I have this morning to try to get some of those things on the list. big things that helps me while I spend a lot of time taking care of mom and away from the house is making sure I plan some time for myself. So like getting our laundry done every weekend is really key. It's hard to do laundry at night for me. We're gone so long in the day, and we usually have some things we have to do at night, including eat dinner and cook, take care of Dexter, the cat, and spend our quality time together with whatever time is left and any chores that we have to do. So usually laundry has to be on the weekend. So I've carved out Saturday as being my day. I also require not only time to do our laundry and some things at our house, but just being able to have some quiet time and to be able to do a little bit of recapping and planning. Honestly, having some time to think, and those are key. I'm going to finish putting up these wet pants here because I don't dry my pants. They last a lot longer that way. Everybody says, oh, you'll save time if you just put them in the dryer. But then I have to go shopping. Not that that's a bad thing. Here we go. I'm going to show you something. Kind of embarrassed about it, but I'm always real with you guys. I have this hall closet that I've been meaning to clean out since we've had Dexter. It's almost a year. Has it really been a year? Wow. Time goes by. We'll be retired soon. How about that? This closet, I'm showing it to you because I need some ideas. So you can let me know down below after you see it what I can do with this closet. So I've got shelves up there. And I'm going to be putting some blankets up there, quilts. So beach towels, placemats, our everyday towels and hand towels, Dexter stuff. I thought I had it organized pretty well. I mean, it just really gets hairy now. Medicines. And I've got a lot of baskets and stuff. And some of this stuff is just going to go. See, we've had to put Dexter towels down here. Sometimes he misses the pee pad and it's just thrown in there. These normally wouldn't have been in here. And I think this is the major problem. And then we've got cleaning supplies, and I put the mop in here because we have to mop the floor so much. But I think I'm going to have to buy some of those bendable baskets that I can smush in and smush around. And I'm just going to have to get rid of some stuff. I mean, half of the stuff in here we don't use. Some of the bathroom stuff can actually go in the bathroom. But anyway, if you have any ideas for me, let me know. I thought I was pretty organized until we got Dexter. It's just a mess. Just a mess. Where are you going? Mama's office? More Dexter damage. That's been there though. But we have a lot to do. A lot to work on in here. Life with a big dog. What you doing? You looking for a toy? You want to play? Oh, did I say the P word? There's other P words. But that's the fun word, isn't it? Maybe we'll play. Bring me your bone. Bring me a toy. You want to play? You want to be an internet person? Internet personality?
Sensation. Internet sensation.
Internet sensation. So one of the things that I do every day is work on my World Bible School. I know you've heard me talk about it before, so I'm doing that now. It's raining today. I don't know if you can hear it outside. It sounds so wonderful to be cozy inside while it's raining outside. And anyway, the World Bible School brings me to my next point. And what a perfect place to bring it out is to pray, because I spend some time praying every morning. My big time to pray is in the car on the way to work, and sometimes on the way back home from work, although on the way back home I'm usually trying to do some YouTube Bible lessons, not that I watch but I listen to, and podcasts and things like that. Prayer is a big one. Sometimes I think, especially those of us who have very strong individual personalities, we try to take on the world ourselves and try to figure it out ourselves, and we want to be independent and we don't want to lean on anyone else. But I will say that prayer has been a big changing factor factor and has helped the most with adjustment and just in the way you look at things. And it is a daily, sometimes hourly, sometimes minute by minute process. It's something that is, you just have to be continual with, because you know what? We're humans. We sin. We're flawed. We look at things in odd ways, and we need to be loving and kind and do things the right way and the way God wants to. And honestly, I fail at that big time. So I'm confessing to you now, and I'm trying to repent, and I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to do, even if others are not cooperative, not nice, or whatever. I'm trying to do my part and just dealing with all of that and just asking for God's help, for His peace. Sometimes I've asked for time, and just whatever I need from Him, I lean on Him or try to lean on Him. So that was my next point. And can you believe I'm actually using my camera? I'm so proud of myself. Only I always look at myself in the little mirror image over here instead of looking at you all, because, you know, I'm always trying to see, well, is my hair right or what? And it's usually not. Let's see what the next thing is while we are here. Oh, yeah. So let's talk about this. Setting boundaries. You know, there are a few situations where I've had to set some boundaries. And I'm going to set you guys down because this is going to be, oh, I don't like that. I don't like to hold it because it's too close. Hi. Hi, Dexter. Boundaries has been a big topic lately. You know, if you talk to a therapist, they will tell you, you know, take care of yourself and your needs as well. Your time can be overrun by saying yes all the time. And so boundaries might look like this so that you can protect yourself, you can protect your time. There are people that would have you be there by their side 24/7. You still do need to live your life when you're caring for an aging parent. One of the things that you can do is say, you know, I'm going to have this time for me. And we just know that on that day or this time every week, that is for me. And a boundary might look like, I'm going to be able to do these things for you, and I'm not going to be able to do these things for you. So if I do these things on list A and I cannot do these things for you on list B, I am willing to help find someone that can do these things for you for list B, if you agree. So that is something that a boundary might look like. A boundary might look like, if you talk to me that way, I'm going to leave and go home, or I'm going to take you home, or we're not going to continue this conversation. A boundary might look like, we're going to do all of these things on this day instead of doing one thing one day, another thing another day, and another thing another day. Whatever it is that you need to protect yourself so that you have a life and that you have time, whatever it is that you need to feel safe and protected, whatever it is that you need, you do have to protect yourself. And so, or you do have to create scenarios of what you will and will not accept as a caregiver. You know, I've done that with Mom, and you know, that's more of a personal thing between us, but I've given you some examples of what a boundary or of what boundaries may look like with a caregiver. Look at that little fellow. He's a sweet boy. Okay, on to the next thing. I'm so proud of myself for actually using my camera instead of the phone. We'll see how it turns out. So while I'm thinking about it, something I just said there about boundaries, I mentioned that one of the boundaries might be, hey, we're going to stack these outings and do several things in one day. That has helped me as somebody that works full-time out of town. It's just necessary that we do more than one thing while we're out. So it might be that when we take her to church on Sunday, we grab something to eat and we get groceries. When we do fancy trims, we do a lot of Mom's errands then once a month. It might be a Target run or just, you know, whatever she wants to do. It's usually Lowe's, but stacking errands and outings, big time saver there. That's helped me a lot. Now, Sometimes mom doesn't want to do those things all in one trip, but it's kind of one of those things. Well, if we don't, it just won't get done. So, it's not like we can just not go to work one day. So these are some of the adjustments that I've been through. That has really been a big one that's helped a lot. Okay, on to the next thing. Getting some things done today. Right now I'm going to be scheduling our flights into my iPhone so that I don't forget to check in, because we fly Southwest and you do have to check in a day in advance.
How can I help you?
Hey, this is Sonia Cox, and I need to schedule Fancy a trim for August. I think we have her set up for June and July, but usually we have to go 3 out. Okay, would August 5th, that morning, be good? I'm working on videos while we wait. I'm actually staging the next 3 videos. Have the next 3 weeks booked. Just getting the files ready and separated by file in my video files on the Mac. And that makes it easier because when I start the next video, I can just import it and it's already ready to go. It's very helpful to have these few minutes of focus time to get this done. So it takes a few minutes to kind of break it up from my photo library and video library to figure out which video is going with which week. So I'm on hold making Fancy's appointment. Yeah, I think we're going to have to switch. I mean, is there anybody else that can take us August 5th? And what time do we do church, so what time do you have drop off and pick up? I don't want to miss church because of the dog. So is there anybody and I can't do the 12th. That's somebody's birthday. I don't know. We may just have to go somewhere else.
Really the only other option I have.
Yeah, that's really hard for us to do. I'm not sure she can handle that because it will be early when we leave and late when we get back. We work actually out of town, so yeah, I guess we should. However far we need to go, and to be sure we get guaranteed a spot. And then let's do September 9th. I've got plans on the 2nd, so okay, she's cut her before, I think, and did a good job. And then, so if we go maybe 5 weeks out to October, whatever that is. Oh, okay, good. That will work. Let's go. Can we go the Saturday before that? Because we may be gone over Thanksgiving. So like the 11th? Okay. Well, this will give us several months out. And, well, I appreciate you working with us. Thank you so much. That's what it's like getting Fancy booked. You see, I had trouble getting her booked for 3 months in advance. And George is, always listen for him to be somewhere in my videos, and he's actually doing some yard work right outside my window. Yeah, it's been really difficult. If I don't stay on top of this schedule with Fancy, people book so far in advance, like 3 months in advance, and in the past they've told me we don't book anymore in advance over 3 months. Then we have to go to someone else, and sometimes the other groomers are busy too. So we're booked pretty much throughout the rest of the year for Fancy. So I don't have to worry about that for a while. I just wanted you all to see what I had to go through to get the poodle a trim. But she's worth it. We had to stop to eat. It's 11, so lunchtime, but I'm eating brunch, I guess. I'm eating these little quiche from Aldi, and George is over here. Where is George? George?
Kolache.
He's behind the flowers over there eating kolache. Oh, the 3 pigs are because our family loves to eat. So the next point that I wanted to make was George doesn't have any idea what I'm doing this morning, but I'm talking about different ways, different tips to help you when you're helping your aging parents, and how different it's been for me. In the last couple of years, it's a little bit different than I expected. And so there's some things that I've done that has helped me to be able to be sane, when I'm trying to fit everything in my life.
Does that involve white wine?
We're going to get to that one. Mainly from a time standpoint, it's been my issues. But there's some things that I've done that we've talked about through the morning as I've done my housework, different things that have helped me. And so the next point, as I eat my quiche, is keeping a calendar. Keeping a calendar of all of the appointments, because if I just had sticky notes and cards all over the place, we'd never get anywhere. So this has given me kind of a peace of mind to keep up with our schedule. Along with the calendar comes booking appointments way in advance, because for me, I work, so I prefer to have appointments at the beginning or the end of a day. And sometimes, because those are popular appointments, you have to schedule things way in advance. I just absolutely have to keep this or I'll go insane. And last week I thought I'd lost it, and I would lose it if I lost it. Now back to eating as he squirts the mustard over here.
Is that what you were calling it now?
All right, so the next few minutes I'm going to be working in the kitchen. I just put some more water in these flowers. I didn't realize they were completely empty. Some of them are kind of going limp. These may perk back up, but some of them are definitely dead, and I'm going to take all the dead things out of here and just kind of redo that. Then I'm going to fix myself a green drink. But while we're talking, just some other things that I've done just some tips to help me cope with taking care of an aging parent. And just, for me, mainly it's the time that I've been having problems with, and just some things to keep my mind, because I'm always worried about, am I doing enough of this? Am I doing enough of that? And I try to schedule some fun. George and I take some trips. Occasionally we see friends, and I will say that that's one of the things I've had a hard time coping with, is not being able to see my friends. We usually get to see them honestly, it's the laundry's done, probably every 4 to 5 months, maybe even every half a year. We just don't get to see a lot of people. We do get to see family some. We usually have to travel to do that, and while it is sometimes difficult to get that time, we do try to make that time. And so I think it's important to schedule some fun. We do have this beach trip coming up that we're all looking forward to, and that's coupled with seeing some other parts of our family. We also have some family coming into town from Florida that will be staying with Mom, and we'll get to see them, and we always look forward to that. But yeah, we don't get to see our friends as often as we'd like to, but soon we'll be getting together with some of our dear friends in the June, or it's looking like it might be July time period. Just some other things. If anybody ever offers to help, say yes. But I do have some family, the family from Florida will help take care of things sometimes when they're up here, and we appreciate anything and everything that anyone can do to help us out, like taking Mom to a doctor's appointment so that we don't have to miss more time from work has been nice, or to take the dog to get a trim because they were in town, just things like that. I might have to get another vase. Yeah, it's not looking as full now. So let me go ahead and fix my drink. I am so thirsty. I am having one of those greens blends, Amazing Grass. No, it's not sponsored. This is the energy one. I haven't had enough greens this week, and I really think it's important to have your greens, and your vitamin supplements. We might as well just throw that in there. Eating healthy and getting your greens, and that will just help you kind of deal with stuff. As long as you got the right vitamins, vitamin B and D, and getting exercise. So I've been trying to work that in. Some days it's worked, some days it hasn't. If I don't exercise, I try to at least do mindfulness, or sometimes just sitting down and having your own thoughts. We're going to be going to get mom's battery and then taking her out to eat to get barbecue later today. Oh yeah, talking with your friends. I do have some friends that I talk to if I'm frustrated or worried or whatever, and I have my blog, and journaling is always good. So as long as you can get your frustrations out, if I air my frustrations somewhere and dump them somewhere, I'm usually pretty good after and I can move on. And I don't know why my psyche requires me to do that, but I think a lot of us are made that way. Keeping your hobbies. Boy, I've really had to fight to keep that one going, and it's a constant battle between housework and blog and vlog. If you know me at all, you see me struggling and trying to do that triangle of getting it all done and trying to make sure that I have hobbies, because it's important to me to live my life and just not give up my hobbies because I've got extra responsibilities of taking care of a parent. You know, it's not her fault that she needs to be, she needs some help, and we're here and happy to help. But the purpose for today is, just trying to adjust to those things. And it's surprising. You don't realize how much time it does take out of your schedule, and it's something that increases with time. And so these are just all things that I've talked to you about today that have helped me in my surprise and shock to my life and how we do things, and just trying to work it all in and get everything done, and trying to be happy and content and not frustrated because I can't, because I am one of those people that I do get frustrated if things don't go a certain way, and I get frustrated if I don't get certain things done in a certain day, and it's just the way I am. I try to be different. I try not to care, and if I let my guard down and I don't keep lists, things just don't get done. So I'm very adamant at pushing things through. These are all my tips for how to do just that. We're still trying to perfect ourselves, and still trying to make sure we do all the right things at all the right times. And one thing is definitely sure, and that is you cannot please everyone, and you try to please everybody at some point, but on any given day, not everybody is going to get their way, and that has been hard. That's hard on anybody that is with another person anywhere at any time. It's a give and take. Try to be mindful of the needs of our loved one, and at the same time we try to be mindful of our own needs and just kind of see that everybody's taken care of. Okay, so now I am picking out my clothes for the week. I kind of like to do this and have like 5 days, work days of clothes picked out, so that I can get up at 4:30 in the morning and take a shower, throw on the clothes, do a blog entry or video edit, whatever it is I'm doing for my little 20 minutes of time that morning. So while we're doing that, let's talk about the next point. Sometimes it is helpful to use your phone. Now, I have an iPhone. I don't know what Samsung or any of the other phones do, but I am familiar with the iPhone. And when I'm working on an Oregon tax return, if you've ever done one of those, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to be interrupted. And there are just times in my life when sometimes you just have to put your phone on focus mode, is what they call it with the iPhone. So the iPhone people, the Apple people, they have done a very good job of taking the focus mode and breaking it down. There's work, personal, sleep. You can set focus modes in any of those categories and set them differently. So at work, I don't just block the whole work day off. I allow people to call me. Here in this video today, we've been talking about caring for your aging parents. So we would be talking about having to block a parent from calling you, which you don't really want to do. And I don't do it very often, but there are times, like when I'm at work, I block, for example, 8 to 10. I'm in heavy focus mode during those hours. From 1 to 3, I'm in heavy focus mode usually during those hours. The other times it's like, I'm getting started, I'm getting organized, I'm checking email, or I'm wrapping up for the day, or we're about to go to lunch, or, there's just times that you're less focused when you're working than focused. So I have to put myself on do not disturb. And when I say that, I am not letting anybody in except the people that need to be there. Like, don't block your boss. At night, my therapist told me if I needed to have some do not disturb times at night. I try to be available, but as she said, what is it that you're going to get up and do in the middle of the night? Not much. So if there is a true emergency, you call 911. Well, I guess so. I guess that's right. And that brings me to my next point, which is sleep. Sleep. You need to get 8 hours of sleep. Now, for me and most people, that's either going to be 7.5 or 9 or some multiple of 1.5 because you sleep in 1.5 hour cycles. So for me, it's either going to be 6 or 7.5. And if I get real lucky on a weekend day, I might get 9 hours, but that's a rare thing. And I'm usually sick when it happens. So for me, 6 hours, 7.5. I'm supposed to be trying really hard for 7.5. And that's why my therapist said just this week, my mom called me at 9:30 and was like, oh, I didn't realize it was that late. Because sometimes people don't realize how late it is. So she didn't mean to. Sometimes aging parents do forget they don't have any reason to keep up with the time. It might not even be that they're elderly. It might be anybody in that situation that is at their house and not doing much, would just not be keeping up with time. I hope I have that problem soon. Anyway, there's the focus mode. Use it if you need it. Come on, you do have to be available sometime, and we do try to make ourselves available sometime. We have a life too, though. We have to keep that in mind, and I think a lot of us do forget that we have a life too. When you work full-time out of town, there's just not a lot of hours in the week left, so we try to have some time for ourselves, and we try to have some time to be caregivers. That's that point, and I'm on to do something else. This is what I've got picked out to go with my white pants. I've got this one picked out to go with black pants. It's linen, so it shouldn't be too hot. Our office gets really cold too. This I can wear with my blue pants. This I can wear with khaki pants. Now I just need to find some fun thing to wear on Friday with jeans. And that is all that's left. See you in the next shot. Well, George is trying to get Mama's battery out. He has to get that thing off to get to it so he can put the new battery in. Yeehaw. While we're here, we'll go ahead and look at some of Mama's pretty landscaping. Our family loves the red birds. Mama's always liked bunnies. She got her summer wreath up and her wind chimes. Those remind me of the lanterns in Charleston. So pretty. Looking down the neighborhood there. There's her mailbox. She didn't know she was going to have to walk down there to get her mail. She was kind of upset when she realized it wasn't going to come to the house. But we get it for her when we are here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and I just thank you for watching today. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment. Let me know your tips for taking care of an aging parent, or how you deal with any kind of situation where time is a problem and you're trying to come up with more of it and get a lot done in a short amount of time. There's a lot of new people on here, and I just want to thank you so much for subscribing. I guess we'll see you next time.